This one for the black world. If you're a woman and you're black, I'm following back.
Hey, my name is Carla, and I'm sending this shout out to all my sisters out here in TikTok land. Even some of my brothers gave me the numbers to get where I am now, and I'm gonna go live. I'm ready. I'm here, and I love to craft. I love to just talk. We're gonna chop it up. Thank you.
Carla Jones wasn't just a pretty face floating through life on vibes and selfies. She was sharp-tongued, quick-witted, loud in the best way, and very much a girl's girl. The kind of woman who hyped you up, told you the truth even when it stung, and still sent you a link on how to get your business together.
Hey ladies, what's up? I got a tip for you. I was on my way to church and got a run in my sheer stockings. What did I do? I pulled my Gotta Be spray out. If it works for my weave and a ball cap, it'll surely work for this run in my leg. Hallelujah.
She was all motion, ideas, advice, laughter, hustle, always pouring energy into other people while trying to build something solid for herself. That drive lived inside her business. Take it to heart. Not some vanity project, but a lifeline. A way to build a brand, stack extra income, and most importantly, take care of her son, Alan Jones. Alan was 26 and still at home, not because he was lazy or lost, but because he had battled mental illness his entire life. Their home was a pressure cooker, arguments, flare-ups, moments when his temper turned frightening, even physical. Still, Carla kept going. Working, grinding, building, telling herself that if she just pushed a little harder, earned a little more, she could finally get him the help he needed. The truth was crueler than hustle culture ever admits. The help Alan needed wasn't therapy quotes or motivational posts. It was long-term commitment in a facility. And that kind of help costs money Carla didn't have. So she stood in that impossible place so many mothers know too well. Love on one side, survival on the other. She couldn't let her child be homeless. She couldn't abandon her baby. She couldn't walk away. And in the end, she didn't let him go. He let her go. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads. By 2023, Carla was officially in her grind era. Not the Instagram kind, the real kind. The kind where you clock out of a business office, clock back in at home, and don't sit down until your hands hurt. Her business was new, but her vision was loud. Shirts, mugs, shoes, custom pieces dripping in rhinestones and intention. Carla didn't just sell products, she modeled them. Came into work dressed like her own walking billboard, glue gun confidence on 10, bedazzler blazing like a weapon of mass creation. This wasn't a hobby. This was survival with glitter on it. Every night after a 9 to 5, she went straight home to work again. Cutting, pressing, gluing, packing orders. TikTok became her showcase, her diary, her proof of life. You could hear the pride in her voice when she showed off a finished piece. This was her joy, her outlet, her way out. And for a while, it worked. The money was decent, enough for bills, little luxuries, a sense of progress. But progress doesn't outrun mental illness. As Alan's condition worsened, so did the stakes. Love wasn't enough. Patience wasn't enough. Her house wasn't enough. Carla needed real money, institutional money, to get him the level of care he actually required. And so she did what so many black mothers are conditioned to do. She didn't ask for less weight. She just lifted heavier, worked harder, slept less, endured more, including the abuse, because that part rarely gets said out loud. Alan's behavior had grown volatile, aggressive, unpredictable. Carla knew the danger of keeping him under her roof. She also knew the danger of putting him out. And in that impossible space, between fear and love, she kept choosing what felt like the least deadly option. A New Yorker turned North Carolinian, posing as a Baltimorean chasing a better life. She kept believing she could outwalk the storm. Then came Saturday, June 10, 2023. The morning didn't announce itself as the end. It started like too many others, raised voices, tension, Alan's temper boiling over. Usually, Carla could talk him down, redirect him, get him outside, get him calm. But this time, the argument didn't burn out. It detonated. At 6:33 a.m., police were called to a home on Lorraine Avenue for a reported stabbing. When officers arrived, Alan was sitting on the front steps. Blood on his hands, blood on his clothes. No confusion, no denial. He told them he had stabbed someone. Inside the home, they found Carla, unresponsive, multiple stab wounds to her torso. The woman who stayed up late creating joy for strangers was lying on her own floor, life already gone. Medics pronounced her dead at the scene. Alan was taken for a psychological evaluation, then transported to central booking. He was charged with first-degree murder. The same system that didn't help Carla with Alan's mental issues responded swiftly when she was dead.
A man has been charged with killing his own mother. 26-year-old Carla Jones was taken into custody. Police say Saturday morning he stabbed his mother, 43-year-old Carla Jones, to death at their home in the 400 block of Lorraine Avenue in North Baltimore. After undergoing a psychological evaluation, he was taken to central booking, where he was charged with first-degree murder.
In the hours that followed, grief spilled onto social media. Friends and family struggled to make sense of the loss. A friend, who goes by the name Kay, spoke publicly, offering painful insight into Carla's life, her son's mental state, and the growing, uncomfortable pattern of Black women being killed inside the very spaces they work hardest to hold together.
I am here with a heavy heart, with a broken heart, with a shattered heart, to tell you guys that one of my dearest friends, a sister, a little sister in my eyes, was stabbed to death by her own son on Saturday. I'm just finding out today, found out on the family page that my friend is gone by the hand of her own son. She was only 43. 43. The son who she loved more than anything, her only child, who is profoundly mentally ill, decided that she was a witch and she was demonic and she was evil, so she had to go. Did I see it coming? Yes. Did I tell her? No. Because I knew she was determined to love her son. She was determined to be there for her son. She was determined to love her son back to wellness. And this is how he repaid her. Did I warn her? Absolutely. Time and time again, I warned her. I told her how afraid I was for her. But that was her baby. She had to save him. Her Black son robbed the rest of her family, her friends, her co-workers who loved her, robbed us of her light, of her joy, of her laugh, of her love for fashion and music, her love for deep conversations and her love for bullshit conversations. He robbed us of that. And he also robbed himself of a woman who loved him more than her own life. The message she would want me to give is, when a man shows you who he is, believe him. Don't care who he is. If he shows you who he is, believe him. Please. Hey y'all, if you don't know what's going on, tap the comment and go back. Short story is that I lost a really good friend of mine. A good friend is an understatement, and one of my best, dearest friends, to the hand of her own son. He stabbed her, and she's no longer here. And I wanted to comment on this. Please excuse the way I look. I mean, you know. But anyway, she said that it's getting scarier by each post. And in the original post, if you listen to what I said when I said her Black son did this to her, and I said that on purpose, because it is getting scarier. The underlying hatred for us, even in the 20-year-olds with their mothers, and we don't know how deep it goes. It makes it scarier by each post, by each day, by each story of another incident of Black femicide. And I also wanted, hold on, sorry, had to get myself together. But I recently went on the Tom Joyner Fantastic Voyage cruise for the first time. And if you know, it's one of the biggest cruises of the year. And it raises funds for HBCU. It is a charity cruise, but it's a cruise of 98% people who look like us with money because it's expensive. And that cruise and watching those men on that cruise gave me hope, even if briefly, and it has turned out to be very brief, but it gave me hope that there are good ones out here because I saw them. I saw thousands of them during this trip. But then less than 2 weeks later, this happens, plus some other things have happened that just let me know that other than the ones that I saw who were mostly married and taken already, there's little hope. And if I did not trust BMs already, you know I absolutely don't trust them now. Everyone I encounter from now on, I will look at with a side eye. Because if you could do this to your own mother and then sit outside and wait for the police, an evil like that is not condensed. At this point, it's almost airborne. I said what I said.
Carla was vibrant, creative, loving, and yes, aware. She knew the danger she was living with. She knew time was not on her side. She knew love alone was not going to save either of them. What she didn't have was enough money fast enough to escape the outcome she was desperately trying to avoid. Now the glue guns are cold. The designs unfinished. The hands that created beauty are gone. What remains is a story too familiar, too heavy, and too late to fix. May Carla Jones be remembered not just for how she died, but for how hard she fought to live, to love, and to save her child in a world that left her carrying an impossible load alone. Rest in peace, Carla Jones.